This is a test of the City of Palatka audio system.
I've been watching you on your meeting.
This is a test of the City of Palatka audio system.
It's now 1:30 on September 17th, 2024. We shall begin the proceedings before the Special Magistrate for Code Enforcement for the City of Palatka. By way of introduction, my name is Ron Brown. I am an attorney licensed in the state of Florida. And pursuant to state statute and city code, I've been appointed by the City Commission of the City of Palatka to preside over today's proceedings. This is not a formal court of law. We're not bound by the formal rules of evidence or civil procedures you might find applicable in the local courthouse. We are, however, bound by the notions of fair play and due process, and we're going to try to make sure that we follow those and make sure that everyone has an ample opportunity to hear and understand the allegations that are made by the city, and everyone have a chance to see all the evidence the city has in support of those allegations. And everyone here will have a chance as a respondent to make any statements you may have and issue any evidence you may have regarding the alleged violations. At the conclusion of the hearing, I'll make a judgment regarding whether I believe a violation has occurred and what, if any, types of motivation, if you will, in the terms of fines may be necessary. There are no fines on first cases that will be issued today. We have some cases that are cases where there's already been a notice of violation and the city is seeking some enforcement by lien, and we'll deal with those as they come up. The requirements of law include the requirement that all the evidence be substantial and competent. And what that means is that the evidence must be evidence which would allow a reasonable person to reach a reasonable conclusion concerning the matter at hand. We okay? All right. The substantial and competent evidence also by law must be sworn. At this time, I'm going to ask those persons from the city who will be testifying to stand and take an oath, and then I'll ask the respondents, as your case is called, I will ask you also to stand and be sworn. Let the record show that Mr. Green, Mr. Cutright, Ms. Lowe are all standing, have the right arms in the air. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you should give today should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yeah. Let the record show that all three have answered in the affirmative. We'll take the cases in the order in which they appear on the agenda. We do give preference to cases for which respondents are present. It's my understanding the first case is the property 804 Olive Street. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. That appears to be case 2022-005. Property located 804 Olive Street. Owners of record are Johnny King and Alfreda King. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do we have any of those present? Any persons present? Come on up. And take the mic for me. Yeah, you got to speak. And you are Alfreda King, is that correct?
Yes, sir, I am.
Right, and you're the owner of the property at 804 Olive Street?
I'm an heir.
You're an heir?
Mhm.
The heir of whom?
Johnny C.
Johnny King? All right, and you are his
Daughter.
daughter. Very well, thank you. Were you here before the previous hearing?
Yes, sir, I
All right,
was.
I thought that you were. And if you could please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you should give today should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing
I
but the
do.
truth? All right. You've gone through this before then. One of my requirements is that I go through what we call due process, due diligence, make sure we've got all of that under control. You are here, which means you got notice of the hearing and notice of the reasons why we're here. Is that
Yes,
correct?
sir.
All right. And the record includes,
I made some correction, but I wasn't able to make them all.
you know, and just let me make sure the record has what we have. It looks like the mail was sent to 804 Olive Street, Palatka. Did you get a certified letter?
Correct.
Did you get a green card back?
No, sir.
Okay, but you did get the certified letter at that
Yes,
address.
I did.
All right. And you didn't post the property, Mr. Green?
I did post
You
the
did
property.
post the property?
Yes, he did.
Okay, and you have your affidavit of posting included in the record? Is that
Yes, sir.
correct? Okay, so looks like due process is satisfied and you're here. We're always happy to see that. And what we're here for today, we're past the notice of violation. The city's seeking to have a lien recorded or enforced on the property. I think that's correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And so what they're going to do today is basically present some testimony, regarding what the condition of the property is today and how much in the way of fines have accrued. You did have a question. Go ahead.
I got a pastor with me.
Okay.
Can he speak, please?
What's he going to testify?
I don't
to?
know, but I need help. Is it okay?
Oh, it's fine. He's here. Just so you know, all we're doing today is determining whether the violation continues and what lien. But come on up and
Yes, sir.
identify yourself.
James Vickers, I'm 6012, 8012
No, 6th Street's one eye.
All right, good. Raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you can sit down, you're sworn. Let's see what the city has to say, and then you'll get a chance to respond. And keep in mind, I got a very narrow range of jurisdiction here. The only thing I can really look at is whether there was a violation, whether that violation is still ongoing, and whether the counties, or excuse me, the city's entitled to their liens. That's the only thing we're doing today with regard to this. So, Mr. Green, we had originally, looks like 4 violations, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
One was a section 30-169 dealing with deteriorating paint on the property. Section 30-169 dealing with rotten and weakened wood on the property. Section 30-213, no underpinning. And you'll explain to us precisely what that violation was, I'm sure. And then section 30-171, broken windows on the property. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And we had a original hearing. When was the original hearing on?
April 19th.
April 19th of 22.
Yes, sir.
It's been over 2 years. Where have we been since that time?
The fences have been removed. That's about it.
Okay, well, how come it's taking that long to come back? I always get concerned when fines get to be a certain number.
Well, these are some of the original cases that we had before we started doing the 3 to 4 month, bringing them back. They was on the original cases that we were looking at the 10,000 threshold before we brought them back, before Ms. West, the new attorney, came, and now we're moving faster with 3 to 4 month turnaround time on bringing them back if they're not in compliance.
Well, as you might imagine, I get concerned, a reviewing court might get concerned at $100 a day. This adds up in a hurry, and it did to $76,100. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. I don't have any authority to reduce that. Only the city commission can reduce that. Once it gets to be a lien, but nonetheless, we'll hear what's happened. All right, Mr. Green, did you take some photographs for us?
Yes, sir.
And do these photographs accurately represent the condition of the property on date in which you took them?
Yes, sir.
All right, please proceed. Show me what you got.
Just the posting. It was posted 8/28/24.
All right. Well, that was a service of process. Okay. Write that up. And what number? What
This is just
the
a
toolbar is kind of in the way there. Okay. This is photo which?
Yes, sir. This picture was taken.
Hang on, just make sure you identify for the record which one it is. There you go. Still got one. Oh, here we go. That's the. Which photo is that?
This is just a photo of the overview of the house. It was
I'm
taken.
just, there was a number on it and that.
No, sir, it's not a number on that house.
Okay, very good. We'll go back to that one then.
Yeah.
This is the first photo in the group.
Yes, sir. This was taken in 2022.
All right, so what do you want me to glean from this?
It's showing an overview of the house.
Just a view from Olive Street?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
In this picture.
go ahead.
And this picture is taken 8/21/2024. Just another overview of the house, how the house looks now.
All right, so what are the violations?
It's coming up in this picture.
Okay,
This is
this
picture.
is number one.
Yes, sir. This picture was taken 2/16/2022, rotten and weakened wood and paint deterioration.
So this one deals with 30-169 rotten and weakened wood and 30-170 paint deterioration.
Yes,
I don't see that in the listing on the agenda, 170. Is that still a violation?
yes, sir.
Did you give her notice of that?
Yes, sir. That's the original notice.
All
I
right.
might have put it on 169 for second hand.
All right, hang on. You have paint deteriorate, I see paint deterioration 169. Is that supposed to be 170?
Yes, sir.
All right. So which is the paint deteriorate? Okay, hang on a minute. Just let me double check. 170 provides rear and side walls shall be repaired and painted to present a neat and fresh appearance. So that's rear and side walls you're citing?
That's that wall right there.
And okay, and this is the sidewall to the right side as you look at it from Olive Street?
Yes, sir.
And it's basically unpainted is what it is. It got mold and mildew.
Yes. Look,
So what was she supposed to do to repair that?
pressure wash and put a fresh even coat of paint on it.
Okay. Has there been any progress on that?
No, sir.
All right, next. This is 1C.
Yes, sir. The same picture taken August 21, 2024.
So is this the same elevation as the previous photo?
Yes, sir.
And which is the rotten and weakened wood there?
Along the panels, it's, the color, it's black and it's chipping, peeling.
All right, so we're looking at one, I don't know what wood that is, but it looks like a one sheet of wood, is that correct?
Yes,
To the
to the right
right,
side.
left of the window,
Yes, sir.
and that needs to be repaired?
Yes, sir.
What else is a violation there?
The city painted, paint deterioration.
So what's that violation? Is this where the railing was?
The paint deterioration.
Okay, that's paint deterioration. Anything else there?
No, sir.
You mentioned rotten wood in the caption,
Yes, sir. The rotten weakened wood is, on the right side of the window.
right side of the window
Yes.
with the dark ears there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has anything done to remedy any of that?
No,
All right, next. Is it number 2?
yes, sir.
And we're looking at rotten and weakened wood and 169, paint deterioration 170, and broken windows 171.
Yes, sir. And this picture was taken 2/16/2022.
And this is from the Olive Street elevation?
Yes, sir.
Has anything been done since the original hearing?
No, sir. It's a
So
picture.
what I'm looking at, the unpainted wood needs to be painted a color consistent with the rest of the house.
Good.
And the rotten wood is which on this?
It's on front side, probably next to the window.
You're looking underneath the window
Yes,
and above the window?
yes,
That's the left side window on the front elevation,
yes.
correct? And then the broken window is,
With a plastic.
okay. All right, next.
This
Number
is
2C.
2C. This is taken, from Olive Street. This is 8/21/2024.
And
The
this
same
is which
condition.
elevation? Front elevation, right side,
Yes, sir.
right? And what are you looking for here?
That's just a second picture of the first, like a before and now.
So we've got rotten wood underneath the air
Yes,
conditioner
sir.
in the window on the right side of the house.
Yes, sir.
What else? Other than that, what do you want to show me about
Paint
that?
deterioration and broken window.
All right, be sure you detail what it is, because the recorder can't pick out what's in the picture. You have to show me. All right, so you have unpainted wood, the rotten wood underneath the air conditioner,
Yes, sir.
And
And
it-
the paint deterioration.
and what about broken windows? You have that listed,
Plastic right there.
where the plastic is?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Front
has that
window.
been changed since the original order finding violation?
No, sir.
Next,
This is to be seen, showing more rotten weakened wood and sagging and paint deteriorating.
and this is
This
on
picture was
Olive
taken-
Street on the
Yes.
right side,
Yes, sir.
and the rotten wood is where?
But the panel right there.
Okay, panel right there being, and it helps to give an actual description where it is. I'm looking
Right
at the
side.
upper left-hand corner of the photo.
Yes, sir.
This is on like a second story.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The right side of the house.
And what about deteriorating paint?
Deteriorating paint along the whole wall.
Both walls that we're
Yes,
looking at?
Both walls.
Okay,
This picture was taken 2/16/2022. The next picture be taken, next picture that we see, this will be taken August 21st, 2024.
so has there been any change in the last 2 years?
No, sir. This is the issue. And also at the bottom, there's no underpinning.
Okay, you need to explain that for the record.
Yes,
This
at
is,
the
this
bottom.
is in reference to ordinance 20-213.
This at the bottom, there's no underpinning.
Hang on. It says, the owner of a blighted, unsecured, abandoned structure shall secure and maintain all other interests and openings. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
So basically it's open.
Yes, sir.
All right, so where is it open?
At the bottom,
Show me.
the bottom right side, right there.
Well, that's under the porch.
It's not really open.
Hang on. Is it against the city code to have underneath the porch open?
Well, that's around the whole house.
I'm sorry.
That's around the whole house. But that's not the porch, really. That's under the house, the right side, the right front.
I don't know if we had this discussion before. I thought we probably did.
Yes, we did, sir.
So the city's position is that if you have a porch and you don't have something that covers the front of the porch, that's a violation of the code.
Yes, sir. And the porches, that's not really the porch, it's the front side of the wall, under the building.
Okay, show me where that
You
is.
see what yeah, right there. You see the arrow?
I'm looking, well, right there, you're looking at the lower center part of the photo
Yes, sir.
underneath the porch. And I hope you understand, you need to be able to tell me
Yes.
that because you have to articulate with words exactly what you're talking about. It's a violation. So that's open to what?
You can get under the house.
Okay. All right, so every time somebody has a porch and doesn't have some covering in front of it, that's a violation under city code.
Yes.
All right. Has that been changed since 1922 and 2022?
No, sir. And this picture, I will show you that.
All right, now we're down to number 4. It's 3C there.
Yes, sir.
This is
Four
number,
is missing component. The picture was taken 2/16/2022.
all right. That one wasn't in the list of violations on this hearing.
Yes. Oh, I missed. Was it? Okay, I missed that one.
I'm sorry? Okay, that's not on the agenda.
Okay, I'll take that one.
All right.
But that was just another picture. That's it.
This one wasn't on the agenda either.
No, sir. That's-
32A10.
Yes. Yeah, we're taking it off.
All right. Next.
That's it.
All right, so where we are, according to the city, is that we have deteriorating paint on the front and side elevations. Basically, the paint's pretty much gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have rotten and weakened wood underneath some of the windows. And we have no underpinning, which is basically no covering for the open areas underneath the porches,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And then we have 2 broken windows.
Yes.
All right. And all that was in existence when we had the hearing back on April 19th of 2022. Okay, during that period of time, did you maintain any contact with the owner? Has she made any contact with you?
Yes, sir.
All right,
She's trying to get some grants and trying to get it done.
all right. I'm just trying to get a grip on the time delay. And then Mr. Curtwright's indicated there was, I'm sure, a backlog, but. And so the total amount of fines that have been assessed as of today is what?
76,100.
And the city's requesting that we give authority for the city attorney to record a necessary lien on the property.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Ms. King, hi, come on up.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
here's where we are. The violations were determined, it's been a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
And I said, I'm not one that's going to recommend anything deal with the amount of fines. That's something the city commission can deal with at this point. But the only thing the city's here for today is to have a lien imposed on the property. So let me ask you, this has been going on now for 2 years.
Mhm.
And usually my experience has been, and I think we discussed this when this case came up the first time, the city usually doesn't bring these things unless there's been some time involved in trying to get it addressed. And I'm sure there are lots of reasons why it didn't get addressed before it even got to the city, got to me the first time. But it got to me the first time, and that was 2 years ago. We're here today, and these fines have accrued, and the testimony of the city is there really hasn't been any improvement to the property in that 2-year span. So my question to you is, what is the situation from your viewpoint?
Well, I've actually been trying to get help.
Okay, you need to speak in the mic for me, because we're recording it. It's actually being broadcast.
I've actually been trying to get help from different programs, and Pastor Vickers is gonna explain that to you.
All right, well, let me ask you, have you been staying in touch with Mr. Green about this?
Oh,
Well, come on, you got to stay in front of the mic for me.
no, sir.
Believe it or not, you're on TV and
That's fine.
they're recording.
That's fine. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
The thing that happens on these situations you understand people complain about this
I know.
and
I mean,
that's
they're
neither
not
here nor
wrong.
there, but they do.
They're
And,
not wrong. I mean, I understand,
and so it's,
but they need to try to help instead of complain.
well, one thing I always look at is whatever's been made to try to comply and communicate, what's the situation? It doesn't look like a lot, if anything's been done. So what's the promise for the future in getting something done?
Could I explain something? I think this is, could better make an assessment. She is heirs of the property, and I spoke with her. I've been going between her and her brother, trying to get him to go. They was down at Gully Tower. In order for her to get the SHIP program, they was gonna help her to fix that place.
Who's they?
SHIP, and there's a letter here from SHIP. And actually, one of the requirements was that she had to have the deed had to be in her name. See, it's in heirs, so that's the hindrance for her getting some help. I went and spoke with her brother, that the other heir, and they was down at Gully Tower here the other week or so. And what I was trying to do is help them get that so she can actually start getting some help. She between jobs, I went and did a few things for her as much as I could because I had other properties I was working on. But she's been having this battle with with the city on this, and we see it's obvious it's there. And with her family members trying to get the property in a position where she can get some help. She really don't have the money. She right now some of the members there at First Baptist Church have spoken with her, and they want to help her get some of this stuff done. But she's been fighting this battle, and I understand the things that been going on because she asked me to do some things for her. In the wintertime. I want to put the plastic up there to keep wind from coming in my spare time. But that's been her case, fighting, trying to get ownership of the property or get in a position where she can get some help that they say that they would give her on that. So that's her issue right now. I really don't. I hear what they say about, they're not trying to take people's property. $70-some thousand of fines and stuff to me. And I know we have to go before the city commission on that. It don't make sense to me when somebody indigenous and poor can't afford 5 gallons of paint, run you $200. And if they can't do that, then how they gonna pay $150 or $200 a day? Fine, to me, I just don't understand the logic behind that. But it is what it is. And I think, I guess you have to go before the commission for that. But what I'm just saying that it ain't that she hadn't been trying to do anything. And there's a paper trail for her trying to get some assistance. And it's hard for me to even get some help when I want on some of my property, some handymans and stuff of that nature. But what I'm asking, I think she just needs she's getting close now and needs some time. And I think the people at First Baptist is willing to step up and once they identify some things to help her get that done. But she's been trying to get the property in her name or in a place where she can get some assistance from the SHIP program.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
Just for what it's worth to you, you're not the first owner here who's come before special magistrates in the state to have to deal with this. I represent 4 jurisdictions on special magistrate cases, and I will tell you, every one of them has had situations where we've had a probate situation. Unprobated property can be very, very difficult and can be relatively expensive to take care of. Well, and again, I don't get a chance to rule on that. My jurisdiction by state law is very, very narrow. The only thing I can do is determine whether there's a violation of the code and then to impose, a reasonable fine as a motivation more than anything else to get something done. And just for what it's worth to you, it looks like they were fining $25 per day per violation. They can fine up to $250 a day per violation. It could have been $1,000 a day. They're not in the business, like I said, of really trying to collect a lot of money. They're trying to get something done on the property. What they're asking for today is it simply allow the city attorney to record a lien on the property, which at some point could be foreclosed. They'll probably come back and ask for, an order to allow the foreclosure. So that's not going to happen right away. But still, you got the issue with, the
So
fines.
what do you mean when you say foreclosed?
Well, if there is a lien on the property,
They take the house,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a judicial sale. They can-
even with the homestead exempt?
Well, I don't think it's homesteaded right now.
Yes, it is. Why,
Well,
why
the-
shouldn't
the
it be? I
per-
have the paperwork,
Well, the person who owned it has passed away.
but they still gave me,
Well,
Well,
if
can I
it's
show you what I-
homesteaded, you are correct.
can
You
I show you my paperwork?
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm not arguing with you, and it doesn't
Up
change.
to date.
And I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I'm simply telling you that if it is in fact
It
homesteaded,
is.
but you'll have to look at the probate situation to see what that is. But nonetheless, if it's a constitutionally homesteaded, you are correct. They cannot foreclose the
Thank
lien,
you.
but they can impose the lien and record it.
Okay.
And it's going to stay there, and it will continue to stay there until it's resolved.
I understand.
Okay, so it's a motivation. It's got to be dealt with. You are correct. If it's homesteaded, it can't
Thank
be
you very much.
foreclosed. But at the same time, any change in title and so forth is going to
We're
require that
working
the
on it.
lien be addressed before
We're
the
working
title
on
can
it.
transfer. So anyway, that's where it is right now. And I wish I could give you some help. I don't have any authority to help you with any of that. I can't do probate for you.
No problem.
All right.
I'll
And,
keep trying.
you need to stay in touch with the code enforcement people on some improvements because it's an issue you're going to have to resolve at some point or another. And trust me, you're not alone with having to deal with these types of things.
Okay.
So
I will.
you can imagine there's a lot of pressure on the commission and the staff to help keep the city upgraded. And there's a lot of issues that I get several cases every month.
Okay.
They do it. Okay. Anything else? All right. Based on the evidence and testimony, I'm going to find that the city is entitled to assess a lien on the property at 804 Olive Street, considering the fact that the 4 violations that are listed on the agenda continue and have gone unabated at least since the original hearing date of April 19th, 2022. For the record, the respondent indicates that the property is homestead property, and I'll have to sort that out after any probate that's done in that regard. Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, I just want to add to the record that we have actually put Miss Williams' house on the assisted living, on the affordable housing assistance program, try to help her get some money.
Okay.
But one of the setbacks is the error situation till she get that worked out. So once she get that approved, she can apply for that up to $40,000 to help her offset some expenses too.
Thank you.
All right. So we'll enter an order allowing the city to assess the lien on the property. Keep in mind, these fines continue to accrue. That's the only negative to this thing. All right? All right, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming today.
Thank you.
$705.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. All right, next case is 2022-008, property located at 705 Olive Street, Palatka.
Yes, sir.
This is a case for assessing a lien, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Owner of the property, Werner Stander and Eric L. McCants, or either Werner Stander or Eric L. McCants present today, or anyone representing either of them.
Mr. McCants was on the tax deed and Standard was on the property appraisal. So I sent a letter to both of them.
So the tax, okay, what's the tax collector's role say?
It says McCants.
Okay, and the property appraiser says it's standard.
Yes, sir.
Did you ask him why the difference?
No, sir. I just sent a letter, I've been directed to send a letter to both of
Well,
them.
who's Kimberly P. Walther? She's also listed.
She
This
was
was
the-
back in April.
Yes, sir. So I relooked at the property appraiser and the tax collector, and their name came up, standard winner. And her name wasn't on it anymore.
All right. All right. Was there a transaction? The official records can give you a transaction if there's been any kind of deed or so forth.
Yes, sir. It said mechanics, but it said the mechanics brought it, but I still sent a letter to both of them to cover my bases.
Just for what it's worth, you can look on the property appraisers or the official records in the courthouse and they will tell you if there's been like a quitclaim deed or something that's
Yes.
transferred names.
Yes, sir.
Is any of that happened?
Yes, sir.
It has?
It's to
Okay.
Mr. McCants.
All right, very
But I
good.
still
That's why I'm
send it.
making sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
So the current owners of record are Werner Stander and Eric L. McCants.
Yes, sir.
And is the address the same?
No, sir.
Okay. What's the mailing address on the official records of the property appraiser and the tax collector?
For Mr. McCants is 705 Olive Street. And for Mr. Cole, for Mr. Stern is Newark, California.
So so is it Mr. Stander owns it or does the Cole Standard LLC own it?
That's the whole group. I guess that is LLC.
So, and the address is 39,899 Ballantyne Drive, Suite 200, Newark, California, 94560.
Yes, sir.
All right, did you send certified letters to both addresses and both names?
Yes, sir.
All right, and did you get back any response regarding those notifications?
McCants came back unsigned. Of course, no one lives at 705,
All right.
so
Okay, let me look at the McCants one in the record.
I got nothing from the Stern.
Okay, did you get a notice from the post office about
Yes,
the
sir.
certified letter?
Yes, sir. It should be on your left side of your folder,
Okay,
and it should be right up to his letter.
okay. It looks like that one said, no such number. 705 Olive Street is not a number. But that's the official address on
Yes, sir.
the tax collector's record
Yes, sir.
for Eric McCants. Okay. Any contact with Mr. McCants?
No, sir.
All right, and did you post the property according to state law?
Yes, sir.
And did you file your notice of, or affidavit of service
Yes, sir.
in the record? And that is in the record.
Yes, sir.
So as to Werner Stander,
I got no response from them.
okay, the green card came back unsigned.
Yes, sir.
And you've never had an opportunity to talk with him or anyone representing him or this corporation.
No, sir.
Okay. And that respondent, Werner Stander and the Cole Standard LLC, both became respondents subsequent to the April 19th, 2022 hearing.
Yes, sir.
And you never received any notice regarding any change of ownership or address?
No, sir.
There's a requirement, I believe, in 162 that you need to do that if you're selling interest in the property. All right, that didn't happen. All right, and you did send the certified letters and weren't successful in making contact with them. That's included in the record, and you posted that, the second property.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you posted the second property, you posted in the name of,
I put both names on it.
on this one posting?
Yes, sir.
And your affidavit of service is affidavit concerning both postings?
Yes, sir.
With both sets of names on it?
Yes, sir.
All right. And both sets, I mean, Stander and McCants
Yes,
and
sir.
the corporation?
Yes.
Right. Right, it looks like the original violations were violation of section 30-169 deteriorating paint, section 30-32A10 roofing and disrepair, and 30-21-213 no underpinning.
Yes,
Is that
yes.
correct?
Originally, it should be, I made that mistake, it should be unsecured entry.
I'm sorry?
Unsecured entry. That's what I should
On
have
which
put
one?
on the third one. Instead of saying-
2013?
Yes, instead of spending no underpin, I should have put unsecured entry. one we just had, the last case.
Okay, 30-2013, a mortgagee or owner of a blighted, unsecured, or abandoned structure shall secure and maintain all entrances and all other openings of the structure, including but not limited to windows or doorways. A blighted or unsecured abandoned structure should be secured by as follows: all entrances, windows, and other openings should be secured with approved materials, provided such materials completely seal the entrances, windows, and other openings, thereby protect the interior from wind, rain, and other naturally occurring elements. Entrances and windows above ground floor should be guarded secure if the entrances are locked and not otherwise open to entry. Okay. So those are the violations, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's what you call a no underpinning also?
Yes, sir. No
Right.
security.
All right. Do you have some demonstrative evidence?
Yes, sir.
And did you take the photos you're about to show us?
Yes, sir.
And do the photos accurately represent the condition of the property on the date in which you took them?
Yes, sir.
All right. What do you have first?
This is the posting for August 28th.
The first
2024.
photo is showing the posting,
Yes, sir. Notice of hearing and posting.
right? And you include in the record all the documents that were included in the posting and notice of violation
Yes, sir.
and notice of hearing.
Yes, sir.
Right. All right, this is photo
This is
one.
picture one. This picture was taken from North 7th Street. And this picture was taken August 18th, 2022. And it's showing the roof in disrepair. The top of the roof, the front of the roof, you see vegetation and some missing tiles.
Right. Okay,
No. This is picture 1C taken from North 7th Street. This picture was taken August 2021, 2024, and the vegetation has got worse. It's the top of the roof, the top front end of the roof where more vegetation has grown.
right. So there's been no improvement. In fact, there's a worsening of condition.
Yes, sir.
Is that roof like open?
The front part of it, the one that's hanging over the ground is, yes, sir.
Right. And since April of 2022 rather, there's been no contact with any of the owners
No, sir.
and no effort to try to repair.
No, sir.
All right, next.
This is just another picture of the roofing that's in disrepair. That's a closer picture still taken from North 7th Street. This picture was taken 2/18/2022, picture number 2.
Okay. Next.
This picture was taken 8/21/2024, picture 2C, and it's from North 7th Street, and it's showing a picture that still hasn't been, nothing been done to it.
Next, board C.
Go to the next picture, Chris. Yeah, this is picture 4 showing 2/18/2022, the paint deterioration, and this picture was taken from Olive Street.
And the violation there is,
Paint deterioration, and then this picture shows no underpaint.
well, they've got, go back to that, they've got plywood over the windows and the windows.
Yes, sir.
So did that cure anything or is,
It's no one lives there, so they can have boards over the window.
all right. What is there, what other, this looks like it says paint deterioration.
Yes, sir. That's what I said.
And so that was the condition of the property
And
and,
2/18/2022.
okay,
Go back to this last picture, Christian. The next one, no, go backwards. Yeah, there you go. And that's this picture was taken 8/21/24,
okay.
4C.
So has there been any improvement or work done on the property in the?
No,
since, not 2022?
No, sir. And also 3213, no underpinning. They have no underpinning on the house.
Okay,
We can go back to 5, Chris. And this picture was taken 2/18/2022, showing paint deterioration. This picture is taken from Olive Street, and it's the gable of the house.
right.
And this is 5C. This picture was taken 8/21/2024 from Olive Street, and it's showing a recent picture of the gable with paint deterioration from on the house.
And has been any improvement of the property since 2022?
No, sir.
And this has to do with, again, the deteriorating paint, multicolors and paint missing?
Yes, sir.
Next. That's it? So basically what you're telling me is that as to the violations of 30-169, 30-32A10, and 3213, has been no improvement or work on the property that you can observe since the hearing date on 4/19/22.
No, sir.
All right, the fines have been assessed at the rate of $25 per day per violation, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's been since May of 2022?
Yes, sir.
And the total fines as of today total what?
59,325.
And I'll ask this question again, where's this one been for 2 years?
Been in the same cubicle stack. We're just trying to rotate them out to get them out the way and get them caught up, and then so we'd be on our normal 90 to 120 day turnaround time.
All right, just for the record, I'm not going to argue with you that these are the fines that have accrued and that under the law you may be entitled to them. But the question you ask yourself is, if the problem is the city's administrative issue, is that something that the owners have to pay for?
That's why we have the lien reduction application in place to help offset some of these major outstanding fines that we caught when we was dealing with the ADG cases back in 2017. We're trying to get that caught up to where we have a 120 day turnaround time, keep everything in small number.
Thank you. All right. Last call for Warner Stander, Eric McCants, or anyone representing the there's a corporation. The Coal Standard LLC. Seeing and hearing no one, and finding that due process requirements have been satisfied, and finding that the by substantial and clear and substantial evidence that the 3 violations have continued unabated since April of 2022. We find that it's appropriate to enter an order allowing the city to assess a lien on the property at 705 Olive Street. Total fines as of today's date total $59,325. Fines shall continue to accrue at the rate of $25 per day per violation until satisfaction or compliance. All right, one final case, it appears, case number 2023, property located at 814 Carr Street,
Yes, sir.
and owner of the record is James B. Kelly. And this is a new case?
Yes, sir.
All right, is James B. Kelly present, or anyone representing James B. Kelly? Seeing and hearing no one, I'm gonna do some due process due diligence, if it will. It appears that the certified letter addressed to James B. Kelly III, and that's the actual name of the owner, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
The third. At 11401 Fangorn Road in Orlando, Florida, 32825.
Yeah.
Looks like the green card came back unsigned, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have any contact with Mr. Kelly?
I talked to Mr. Kelly when he first got the voluntary compliance letter, and he said he was having trouble getting the pressure washer, but that was like 2 months ago.
All right, and did you post the property?
Yes, I did.
And you posted in accordance with state statute?
Yes, I did.
And did you file your affidavit of service and posting in the record?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right. Looks like the city is alleging 2 violations. One of section 30-169, rotten and weakened wood, mold and mildew, and section 30-32A11, fencing and disrepair.
Yes, sir.
3169 provides rotten or weakened portions of structural and decorative elements visible from a public right-of-way shall be removed, repaired, and replaced in a manner compatible with the rest of the structure or to match the original materials and construction techniques. And then the violation of 30-32A prohibited conditions Failure to replace or remove broken fencing, screening, or decorative elements of a developed parcel. And then initial violation regarding 3169, included in 169, appears to be mildew should be cleaned from buildings having street visibility. The underlying act included loose wires. Are we just talking about mildew here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is about mildew. So basically, we're looking at mildew,
And
rotten and weakened wood on structural elements or decorative elements, and failure to replace, remove broken fencing, screening, or decorative elements. That's about fencing more than anything, correct?
Yes.
So basically, it's fencing, mildew, and rotten wood.
yes, sir.
All right. You have some photos for me?
Yes, sir. This is the
Did you,
overall.
did you take these photos personally?
Yes, sir.
And do the photos accurately represent the condition of the property on date in which you took them?
Yes, sir.
All right, please proceed.
This is a picture of this, the overall house. This is from Carr Street. I'm
Okay.
standing on Carr Street.
And just for the record, what are we looking at? What are you looking
this
at as a
picture is-
violation?
The next picture, this next picture will show the violations.
So orally tell me what the violation is and what needs to be done.
Yes, sir. This is picture 1A. It's taken 11/20/23. It's showing the mold and mildew and the rotten and weakened wood.
Okay, where's the mold and
You
mildew?
got mold and mildew on the front wall and along the handles of the.
The
going-
steps?
Yes, sir. And the rotten and weakened wood is at the tip of the handles,
So the rotten weakened wood is right there on the
Yes.
deck or the steps or both?
both.
Okay, it's basically the deck and the top steps.
Steps, that's mold and mildew.
It's like the riser under the porch decking, correct?
Yes.
It's the porch decking rotten,
No, sir, it's good.
but it's the riser under the decking.
No, since the steps are, that's the mold and mildew.
All right, I'm gonna make sure we're talking about. You got the flat part of the steps, then you got the part that rises up.
Talking about the handles?
I'm sorry?
You talking about the handles?
Okay, right there where you have your cursor.
Yes,
All right, there's the flat part of the step where you put your foot, and then there's the riser that goes up from the flat part up to the deck.
yes, sir. That's rotten weakened wood, yes. Sir.
That's rotten. Is the step itself rotten or just that riser part?
Just that rising part.
Okay, what about the deck itself?
It's good.
That's good? All right, so we're just looking at that's riser on this step, on the
Yes.
top step. Okay, very good. And then the
mold and mildew.
mold is mostly to the right of the door, but there's some to the upper left, is that correct?
Yes, sir. And then,
That's the kind of description I'm looking for.
yes, sir.
All right, what's next?
There's another picture. This picture is 1B taken 9/11/2024. They cleaned the mold and mildew off the steps, and you still see the rotten and weakened wood on the handles, and the riser is still rotten and weakened wood. And you still have the mold and mildew to the right of the front door.
All right, so right of the front door, same riser on the steps. And it looks like what's off to the left of the railing on the left? Is that deck? Is that a deck issue there?
No, sir.
All right. Right there, is that an issue?
Yes, sir.
That's rotten or what?
Yes.
Tell me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To the left of the
Right.
steps.
Okay. So we're still looking at mold and mildew between the door and the window and the riser off the top step.
Yes, sir.
And there's a little
And the
bit to the
rotten.
left of the railing
Yes.
on the deck. All right, next.
This is a closer picture of the rotten and weakened wood on the handles and the mold and mildew on the handles going up the steps. It's the left one.
Is the end of that banister okay?
No,
That-
sir, it's rotten.
Okay, so that's rotten also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's next?
So this another picture 2B taken 9/11/2024 showing both of them and the riser. Get closer, you can see the rotten and weakened wood.
Okay,
This is 3A. I was standing on South 9th Street, and you can see the mold and mildew on the west wall of the building.
okay, hang on a minute. Okay, and is this visible from
South
the
9th
street?
South 9th Street.
Okay, very good.
This picture was taken 9/11/2024, 3B. And still have the mold and mildew on the west wall. And I'm standing on South 9th Street.
So you're looking at mildew on both sides of this corner,
Yes,
and the right side is the side visible from Carr Street,
Yes,
and this is a corner lot.
yeah, yes, sir. Corner of Carr and, South Ninth,
So you can see the front and the sides from
Ninth Street.
both
and
Carr and Ninth Street. Okay. Next,
This is the fencing in disrepair and the mold and mildew at the rear of the house.
all right.
And this was taken 11/20/2024.
So all needs to be done there is to fix that one section of fence
Yes, sir.
and just make it match the rest of the fence.
Yes, sir.
Next,
This is for a B. Fencing is still disrepair and it's still mold and mildew. It just rained that day and you could barely see it.
somehow the house looks better there. Is it just,
It just got through raining.
okay. Think I can see it. Okay. And this is
This
5A.
is, east side of the wall of the house, and this picture was taken 11/20/23, 5A,
From what street can you see
Carr
this?
Street,
Where were you when you took the photo?
Carr Street.
Okay.
And this picture is 5B,
Okay.
taken 9/11/2024, and the molding is still there, and I'm standing on Carr Street. And this is the east side.
So I'm looking at the same elevation as the previous photo.
Yes, sir.
I see the mold on the right side elevation. Anything else besides that in this photo?
No, sir.
Okay. That's it. So what we're looking at is basically a rotten and weakened riser on the top step of the front of the house, on the steps to going into the front of the house. There's a little bit of rotten wood to the left of the banister on the front deck, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then we have mold and mildew on all three sides of the house that are visible from public streets.
Yes, sir.
And then there's the fencing. There's one section of fencing that's been damaged and needs to be brought up to repair to match the rest of the fencing on the property.
Yes, sir.
And it's chain link fencing.
Yes, sir.
All right. How much time do you want to give them?
60 days.
Okay. And fine of $25 per day per violation. Is that
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, last call for James B. Kelly III or anyone representing James B. Kelly. Hearing and seeing no one and finding that there is adequate due process and that is the city has followed all the requirements to provide notice of both the violation and today's hearing by posting on the property with an affidavit of service included in the record, and finding that there is a violation of section 30-169 of the city code due to rotten and weakened wood, specifically the riser on the front steps, top riser on the front steps of the property, as well as some rotten wood on the edge of the deck on the left of the banister. And it looks like also the wood on the left side railing of the steps is rotten at the bottom, on the bottom side of that. And also finding that there is a mold and mildew on the house visible from, on three sides of the house, the front and right and left elevations visible from public streets. And finding that there's a violation of section 30-32A11 due to fencing and disrepair, with one section of chain link fencing need to be repaired or replaced to make it consistent in appearance and material with the other fencing on the property. We'll enter an order finding the violations and requiring that the owner bring the property into compliance within 60 days from today's date. That would be December 1st, 2024. In the event of non-compliance, a fine of $25 per day per violation shall commence on December 2nd, 2024. And that is, it's like December 1st is a Sunday.
Yes, sir.
You can't, you gotta end, it can't end on a
Okay.
Sunday.
December 2nd.
Okay, so you'll be, compliance will be on December 2nd, 2024, with non-compliance beginning on December 3rd, 2024. Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right. There being no further business before the special magistrate, we shall adjourn today's proceedings at 2:25. Thank you very much.
Go back on,
All
sorry.
right, we're back on the record at, 226. With regard to the case James B. Kelly, case number 307-1814 Carr Street, the 60 days for compliance from today's date would be December 16th, 2024.
That's 9 days.
Not December,
We want 60 days or 90?
Let's see.
November 16th, 2024. Right. Right, November 16th, 2024 is a Saturday. So you can have, and Monday, the 11th is a holiday. So the first day you could have compliance is November 12th, 2024. With non-compliance beginning November 13th. That works out for holidays and weekends. All right. All right, with that, again, there being no further business, we shall adjourn today's proceedings.